and I'm going to find an airstrip now. And I'm going to land the plane. Got an airstrip back there at Albashevo behind me. I'm going to turn to south S on the, that's 180 degrees south. There we go, now I'm going south. I'm just going to, and I'm pretty much at full throttle here. Just going to fly south for a bit till I get to that airfield and I'll do a landing. These windows here I'd like to be able to open without ripping the canopy off. But so far I haven't been able to find a way to do that, unfortunately. Still heading due south. Let's have a look at the map. I'm going to turn to my left a bit. Maybe I'll be going 150. And there should be a airfield up there somewhere. These things here that look like microphones or something, I have no idea what they are. There's one there and there's one there. It's almost like they're microphones, or it's like they're grab handles or something. They seem to be hooked up there to some flexible things. Don't know what they are. There's an airfield on the horizon on our 11 o'clock. Let's fly to it and let's do a landing. In these planes you can still land. They're very versatile planes. You can still land with a tailwind or with a crosswind. It's no problem, but ideally you want to be landing into the wind, not with the wind. So here I am flying over the airfield. I'm sort of looking for a windsock. Where is one? Can't see a windsock there. As long as the speed's not crazy, I can keep the gear down. Most of the action here happens under 300 kilometers an hour. The stall speed of this plane is 160 or 170 kilometers an hour. The stall speed goes lower and lower. The more you lower the flaps, it might go down as low as 150, 160. That runway closest to us. So I'm lowering the flaps now to get everything ready in time. Making the turn in. Speed's reducing, power's at idle. Okay, there's full flap. I'm going to give it some power. And to me it looks like I've got a crosswind just because of how the plane is orientated. I'm going to round out and fly level. Power off. I've got lots of right rudder. Holding off. Holding off, holding off. Holding off. Ballooning a bit there. Holding off, and there's the end of the runway. Holding off. Holding off. And there's a touchdown. I'm pulling back on the stick because I've heard that that locks the tail wheel. And lots of right rudder. The reason for that being it seems there's a headwind. I can use comma and full stop to steer the plane with brakes. And that was a landing. Not a perfect landing by any stretch of the imagination, but you get the idea of what you do of what you can do in a landing. I'm using comma as a brake. Flaps are going up. I'm going to take off again. You can see I'm using a lot of rudder there. And some brake, right brake, to avoid clipping that bunker. Just missed it. I'm applying full throttle. Perhaps a bit zealously there. Using the brakes with comma and full stop. Okay, ready to take off. The main secret to taking off is lots of right rudder. So I'm going to give it full power now. And I've got full right rudder at the moment, and I'm easing the right rudder off. The reason why you need right rudder is because of torque from the propeller and a thing called P factor. So I'm just using right rudder, a bit of back pressure on the stick, a little bit. Speed's coming up, more back pressure on the stick. And there's a takeoff, and then I'm pressing G to get the gear up. Don't really need so much right rudder now. I'm going to gain some altitude and I'm going to go in and do another landing. Reducing power a bit now. I'm going to apply some flap. Most of the time I don't even look at my instruments, I just hear the sound of the engine and look at how the plane's performing. Engine's idle, flaps are going full. I'm lining up on the runway here. I'm going to put my gear down. Speed's just under 300. And how's it looking? I'm slow and I'm the angle's pretty good, the height's pretty good, the distance is pretty good. The aeroplane's cocking to the left, which indicates that there's a wind coming from the left, which means I'm going to change my mind and I'm not going to land on that runway that was in front of us. I'm going to go for this one over here. So even though I can't see a windsock, I can see what the wind is doing by how the plane flies. How's the picture looking? It's looking pretty good. So the idea is to fly level, round out, hold off. So I'm flying, I'm rounding out, I'm going power off, and then I'm going to hold off. And there's the landing. Full back pressure. And now you can press Alt and C to open the cockpit canopy. If you do that while the plane's moving, it'll get ripped off by the slipstream, which is no good. So that's how you land. That's how you land. If you want to stop the engine, you press E. And that is shutting the engine down. You can see the gyros going offline as the gimbal spools down. There goes the mixture full back, which cuts the engine supply of fuel, and there's the engine quitting. If you want to start the engine, you press E. I'm going to press E again, and you'll see the mixture go forward again, and so on. There's the mixture forward. There's the magnetos, 1 and 2, going on. And there's this engine started, and then you can press E to stop it again. Thanks, Matt, for your donation and your video idea. Everyone else, if you have a video idea, make a donation and leave your video idea in the comments. Also, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe.